What's going on, everybody? Ian back with another video. Today is just another weekly wrap-up or weekly reads or what I've been reading. So we'll get right into it. I finished three books. Yes, 3 books this week, which is awesome. I finally got done with a trilogy I've been reading, so I can go on to my next what am I trying to say? Series adventure, I guess. We'll show that one in a few seconds here. First, I read the first in Mark Graney's The Gray Man series. This is called The Gray Man. Basically what this is The Gray Man is a CIA or an ex-CIA operative who got burned. Basically the CIA or, factors of the CIA want to go and kill him now. And of course there's some other stuff going on. But basically it reminded me a lot of like John Wick, where the CIA basically put a world hit out on the Gray Man. I think it's like 12 teams from different countries are coming after him, and then also the CIA are coming after him. So, but yeah, this I gave 4 stars. I'll probably continue with the series, just not right now. Just not in the mood to read this type of book right now. But yeah, so that's the start of that series. Finished this a couple days ago. This is probably the newest book I've read this year, because it came out this year. It came out a few weeks ago. This is Max Brooks' De-Evolution. Is that how you say that? Devolution. De-Evolution. I think it's De-Evolution, but maybe it's Devolution. I don't know. There's no De-Evolution. I don't know why I'm hung up on that. It's De-Evolution, I'm pretty sure. But so this is basically, if you don't know, Max Brooks is the guy who did the Guide to Zombie. What was that called? The Zombie Survival Guide, and then he also did World War Z. And this is his newest book. And this is Bigfoot, Sasquatches. Basically, it's written the same way as World War Z was, a bunch of journal articles, interviews. That he's got that weird writing style, and I think it's okay. I'd rather have a nice, linear story to go off of than just all these journal entries. But basically, it's just about a small town, or it's a little like community, 12 houses, I believe, 12 families living in upstate Washington, who get, what's this? Get out of there. Who get basically attacked by Bigfoot clan. But I think I gave it 3 stars. It was okay. I like the zombie stuff a lot better. And then the final book I read, the trilogy I completed, was the Hellhole trilogy by Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson. This is Hellhole Inferno, 3rd and final in the Hellhole trilogy. I gave the other 2 4 stars. This one I gave 3 stars. It was very, very slow, and I did not really care for how everything wrapped up. I thought it was just, I don't know. It was very anticlimactic, I guess. Not a whole lot of stuff, in my opinion, happens. But so there's that. Basically, if you've seen Star Wars, it's the same kind of, you got the Galactic Empire trying to rule, and the Rebel Alliance gonna get a bunch of planets together and fight the Galactic Empire and stuff like that. But less, or just more boring, a lot more boring. So I gave it 3 stars. Just wanted to see what it was. I read the first 2 books and figured I got to read the third. All right, what I'm continuing reading is Brandon Sanderson's The Alloy of Law. I am doing this with a podcast that I'm listening to, and we are currently on chapter 8. We're doing 2 chapters a week, I believe, is out there how they're doing it. So I'm all caught up, just waiting to hear what the podcast has to say before I continue on with the series, hopefully in the next week. I thought they would already be out by now, but I guess not. Excuse me. I'm making a mess. All right. And speaking of, I get to do a new series now. The Wheel of Time series. I still have a few more months to wait on that. Can't wait to break that Eye of the World open again. I have read the Eye of the World, but I'm going to read it again and continue on. Hopefully, get through the 14 books that are over there on the shelf. Yeah, so I can't wait for that. That's going to be starting in January. Feel free. All right, I am going to start. This is The Dagger and the Coin by Daniel Abraham. Daniel Abraham is part of the duo that does The Expanse. James S.A. Corey, he is one of those two guys. So this is his fantasy series. The Dragon's Path is the first. And so I'm looking forward to this. I read part of this back a couple years ago, and I didn't get through it because I was kind of new to fantasy, but I wanted to. I've heard, this guy can write some good stuff. I have only read the first Expanse book. I should probably restart it again because I wasn't very into sci-fi books when I started reading his book. So that's Dragon's Path. And then I am very excited. I've been seeing this on the BookTube. Brad at Brad Proctor reads. I believe that's what his channel's name was. Anyway, Brad showed this book a few weeks ago, The Listener, by Robert McCammon, and I knew I had this on my list as soon as I saw him pick it up or read it. I decided, I really need to get back to McCammon. I loved the Swan Song. I loved Gone South, and then I read the Nazi U-boat book, something I can't remember what the heck it was called. And then also I'm looking at They Thirst and The Wolf's Hour. Those have been sitting on my shelf for a while. Robert McCammon is a really, really good writer. Love his characters. In my opinion, I think Swan Song is better than The Stand because those two are always getting compared. I prefer the Swan Song. I think it's a lot better. But yeah, so this is The Listener. This hits home right here. This is exactly what I wanted because I didn't know what this was about, but apparently it's 1934. Two bank robbers are going to decide to kidnap a child, and then with Robert McCammon's writing style, he always has a kind of a special ability. One of his characters always has a special ability, and there's this one character in here who can. He's got really keen. He can hear. He's got like ultra hearing, I guess, and then I think he's hearing like an entity talk to him, but he overhears the kid getting kidnapped, and that's just how the world entangles itself with its characters, and they all, see all the story arcs come and go. I'm just babbling now. Can't wait for this. It's actually pretty short. It's only like 300 something pages, so hopefully I can get this in a weekend. But yes, so I'm going to crack open another Robert McCammon book. Looking forward to more of his stuff. That's all I got. Oh, I got one more actually. Sorry. What I'm reading on my Kindle on my phone when I have any downtime or something like that. I was going to read it when I was waiting in line to vote today, but the lines I got right in, voted, and then got out. So good for that, I guess. I was going to read this. This is The Gates by Ian Rob Wright, a British horror novelist. Very good, actually. Writes a lot of really good little short stories. So this is a series called The Gates, and tagline is, "What will you do when the world ends?" I don't know if I've showed this. I think maybe I have. Basically, there's these black obsidian, black rocks that show up all around the world. Nobody knows what's going on. A few people get near them, and they have a heart attack and they die. Like they don't, you can't get near them. And then all of a sudden, a rift opens up above it, and these burned people, demons, if you will, I guess, and then demons and giants and basically what they're describing as burned people, basically people from hell. Bad guys who went to hell are now roaming Earth as charred corpses, basically killing anybody alive in the world. So basically, it's got a bunch of different perspectives. You know, you got a few people from England. You've got a United States Coast Guard ship crew members, how they're dealing with this. And then you're also following a British platoon that is in Syria or Afghanistan. I think they must be in Afghanistan. And a rift opens up where they are, so they're dealing with it. So all around the world, these gates are opening up, and hell is coming to Earth. So we'll see how that goes. That's all I got, guys. Have a good one.